Good evening and welcome to the Raw Feed, America. I'm Gary Franchi. Tonight we are diving headfirst into the political hurricane that is sweeping our nation. But before we start, I want you to do something for me. Grab your phone, open your messaging app, and send a link to this live stream to 5 people that you know. Why? Because what we're about to discuss is too important to be silenced by the algorithms trying to keep you in the dark. We're coming to you live, not just on YouTube, but on Rumble and X as well. If you are following us there, you are missing out on uncensored, unfiltered truth. And trust me, you're going to want every angle on what we're covering tonight. Now, let's talk about why we are here. We've got a lineup that would make the mainstream media's head spin if they had the guts to report it. We're talking about debate drama that would make Shakespeare blush, Secret Service slip-ups that smell like conspiracy, and a health care plan that would leave you without a choice or a doctor. But here's the kicker. We are not just talking at you. This is a conversation, folks. Our live chat is buzzing, and we want to hear from you. What do you think about Kamala's latest debate dodge? Are the Secret Service failures just incompetence or something more sinister? Your voice matters here. And speaking of voices that matter, we need yours more than ever. This show, this platform, this bastion of free speech, it doesn't run on air. We're up against media giants, tech tyrants, and a political establishment that would love nothing more than to see us silenced. And that's why we're asking for your support. Every donation, big or small, keeps us on the air, digging for the truth that others are afraid to touch. So tonight, we are peeling back the layers on stories that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about this election. We'll dive into the Trump-Harris debate saga. This is round 2, or is someone throwing in the towel? Then we'll dissect Kamala's healthcare plan. Is it reform, or is it the ruin of American medical freedom? But that is just the beginning. We'll be exposing the shocking failures of the Secret Service. Are we witnessing mere incompetence, or is this a sinister conspiracy? And just when you think you've seen it all, we will reveal Kamala's unknown war, a mother's nightmare that exposes the dark underbelly of Harris's past policies. And if that was enough, we'll take you on a wild ride through the polls, the endorsements, and the jaw-dropping twists that are turning this election into a political roller coaster like we have never seen before. Now, this is not just news, folks. This is the unfiltered, raw truth they don't want to hear. So stay tuned, stay alert, and most importantly, stay free, because the truth starts now. And Brian, something's wrong with me. Okay, so this is apparently what I'm seeing, but you guys are seeing something different. Okay. All right. I see it here on the screen over here. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's welcome you guys to the Raw Feed. Who is in the house tonight? Make sure you sound off where you are watching from, your city, your state, your town, and maybe how you're watching: smartphone, smart TV, tablet, laptop, PC, whatever it is. Yes, it is a Saturday. We don't normally do streams on Saturday, but we are making up for yesterday. I had to go on a job site visit where Fall Out Boy was playing in Chicago and had to take care of some business. So that sort of took precedent. I apologize, but we are here now giving you the latest news as it's happening. So we got Ronnie from Tennessee on his Mac, Michigan on a, who is that? Michigan on a phone, Mickey B in bed in Rhode Island, Graylee in Marshall, Montana, Naples, Florida in the house. Kathy Buck is here. We got MJA in Santiago, Chile on a smartphone. What is up? That's cool. We got Aaron, who's just like, let's go already. Get over with. We got Dave in Winfield, Illinois. Have a good one from Honolulu, Hawaii. Must be nice there. We've got Jeff in the North Mid-Atlantic East Coast of the United States. We've got Seth, and I'm not even going to try Ypsilanti, Michigan, from an Obama tablet. Okay, actually, no. We've got Linda, St. Louis, Missouri in the house. Gavin is here, and he's watching in Virginia. EB Digital in Long Island, South Atlanta, Georgia. Tracy, south of Atlanta. Yes, that's where my grandfather hailed from, Georgia. Jeremy Olson, be right back. He's listening in. All right, Jeremy, cool. Elizabethtown, we got Johnny in the house. We got X-Fake Book 2, watching from Sydney, Australia. Holy cow. Inverness, Florida, we got Tony. Buttface McBooby, hailing from Jacksonville, Illinois, watching on his TV. What's up, Buttface? We got Mac, Deep Red, Pike County, Georgia. I love Georgia. I really do. You know, if I was going to move out of Illinois, it's like Georgia, Tennessee, or Texas. Florida too. But I kind of like Tennessee and Georgia because it's not as far from Illinois, where I still have a lot of family. But I do have family in Florida now. We got Linda in Phoenix. What's up? Watching on her cell phone. We got Sherry in Barnesville, PA. Sherry, did you tell your friends about us? I hope you did. We got Wine County, watching from Calistoga, California. And Fort Lauderdale, Susan Mary. Susan, did you ever watch me on WHDT when I was broadcasting down there? Yeah. You could watch me every night. We got Smartphone, Vegas JR. We got P Picker, Miko, Florida. Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts. Is that a real place? Really? We got Batson, Texas on his phone. Douglas is chiming in. Troll Patrol is here with no disclosed location. Jacksonville, Florida. Tony's chiming in. Junior's got me on his smartphone, Bluetooth to his stereo. Wow. Going like, is that surround sound? Am I in surround sound in your house right now? We got the Italian Tornado in the house from Pennsylvania, watching on his Android. Shore U, what's up, Shore U? Fort Gay, West Virginia. Carol's here. Okay, we got a lot of news to get into tonight. We got a lot of news. And I do have to do another site visit this evening. So we've got to get the show on the road. So shall we begin? I think we shall. Folks, the debate drama is reaching a fever pitch. Kamala Harris, in a move that reeks of desperation, has accepted CNN's invitation for an October showdown. But here's the kicker. Donald Trump is saying thanks, but no thanks. Why? Because he knows it's a trap. Voting has already started, and Harris is, in Trump's own words, losing badly. But let's not forget the bombshell from the first debate, a whistleblower claiming ABC News handed Harris the questions beforehand. Is this democracy or a rigged game? Now listen up, America. While politicians play debate games, your hard-earned money is under siege. Back in 1971, Nixon took us off the gold standard, and our currency has been on a downward spiral ever since. Meanwhile, gold keeps climbing. It's not that gold's getting expensive. Your dollars are getting weaker. Smart money and central banks are making the switch to real wealth, and that's gold. Are you aware that your IRA and 401k are comprised of these paper promises that devalue with the weakening of the U.S. dollar? Well, the company that I personally trust and endorse to educate you on all the options on how to protect and grow your family's wealth. Call right now, 888-700-4148. That's 888-700-4148, or visit IRAGoldproof.com. Remember, kings and queens' empires were built by holding gold and silver, not paper promissory notes. Call now. Okay, so this is the big news that is breaking today, and of course, it's all a ploy. It is a ploy. Kamala Harris. Oh, I'm gonna throw out this debate. I'm gonna accept this debate. Now she can say Donald Trump is a chicken. Donald Trump's afraid to debate me. That's what this is all about. Okay. George Papadopoulos. Harris wants a second debate, but here's a reminder about what happened during the first debate. An ABC News whistleblower swears under penalty of perjury that Kamala Harris' campaign received questions ahead of time and directed the debate. Affidavit was signed September 9th, the day before the debate, a major scandal. Yes, we have been reporting on this. since it was first leaked about 2 weeks ago. And now more developments have occurred. We've been covering it. But Donald Trump is now responding. We're going to get to that in a second, but the noise online, everybody was like, holy cow, Kamala Harris is accepting this. People asking the question, should Donald Trump do it? Kamala Harris has now accepted CNN's invitation to debate former President Donald Trump on October 23rd, offering another public confrontation in the final weeks of the campaign. Harris accepts CNN invitation. So remember, this is CNN, folks. CNN puts out the invitation to Kamala. Right? It's about generating headlines so she can say that Donald Trump's a chicken. That's what this is. I believe that that's what this is all about. Others saying this feels like a trap right before the election. I hope Trump declines, which of course he did. We're going to get into his real reaction in a second. Elon Musk. This explains why the media is such a propaganda machine for the Democrat Party. Only 3.4% of journalists are Republicans as of 2022. That's the mainstream media. It is completely biased. Of course, as you know, Kamala Harris dodged the Fox News debate. No, she wouldn't go on Fox News, but she would, of course, take another rigged debate on CNN. Drew Hernandez, President Trump, sir, no more debates. They will not benefit you. They will be rigged. They have nothing to prove. Now, I want to do a little throwback here before we get to Trump's reaction, because this is solid gold. This is how CNN should be treated.
Lamestream media! Yes! Check them out! What are you guys not reporting on, huh? Look at this. CNN! What a joke! What a joke! Look at this. Look at this. CNN! Feed the sheep of the lies, CNN! You ain't gonna make it easy here. Nope. 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 Go somewhere else, CNN. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Bye. Bye. See.
The camera guy, the reporter, they are freaking out. They can't handle the reality that America knows that they are 100% fake news. That came out some time ago. I just felt it was appropriate in the context of what we're doing right now. Yes, Right Angle News Network. Kamala Harris accepts yet another biased debate offer from yet another notoriously left-leaning channel, CNN. Why won't she accept Fox? The second presidential debate is scheduled for October 23rd in Atlanta. And Laura Loomer, this is a day ago. Now everyone's questioning if this ABC whistleblower was real. Okay, everyone's like, well, they dropped the affidavit, and everyone's questioning the reality of it. Well, Laura Loomer broke this news that the ABC whistleblower, who claimed ABC News gave Kamala Harris the presidential debate questions ahead of the debate, has exclusively given her a copy of the official complaint they filed with the Security and Exchange Commission. And here are the screenshots of it. The Security and Exchange Commission has acknowledged receipt of 2 complaints lodged against Disney, the owner of ABC News. The complaint seen below states that ABC News and their parent company, Disney, colluded with the Kamala Harris presidential campaign to influence the presidential debate on 9/10/24 and to further influence the outcome of the 2024 presidential election. And she tags David Muir and Lindsay Davis in the post. Submission number 17268-694-586-914 was submitted successfully September 20th, 2024. And here are the screenshots you can see for yourself from the whistleblower publishing the documents. Yeah. So it's not a hoax. This is real. The Security and Exchange Commission has been notified. I'm not sure. I think the Federal Election Commission should be notified as well, because these are clearly in my opinion, in-kind donations to the debate, to the campaign. And of course, Donald Trump denying CNN's request. We have his official statements at the rally. But this is what Trump said after the last debate.
Why won't you commit to a second debate with Kamala Harris if you believe?
A second debate because she lost tonight very badly. So they immediately called for a second debate because they lost. So we'll think about that. But she immediately called for a second. Look, we're looking at polls. We're looking at polls. The worst poll that we've had was 71 that I see, 71% to like 24 or 25%.
Why won't you
So
commit?
he knew she lost. He knew she lost. Okay? Kamala Harris, I will gladly accept a second presidential debate on October 23rd. See, she knew he would decline. So she puts this out to generate the headline. That's all this is about. Watch, mark my words. I'm sure the headlines are already being written. Donald Trump too afraid to commit to another debate. That's what this is really about. Now, Donald Trump says he will not be doing another debate. She had her chance. She could have done it with Fox. Let's listen to the president now.
For all of Kamala and her group have seen what's happening to their campaign, and it's not going well for them. And they would like, just announced a little while ago as I was coming off the plane, they would like to do another debate. Although, good entertainment value. A lot of people say, oh, do it, it's great entertainment. I've already done two. One with Crooked Joe Biden at CNN, and the other one with Kamala on ABC. CNN was very fair, I thought. Joe was driven out of the race. It was a coup, by the way, but he was driven out of the race. And they've been widely criticized by the radical left lunatics for all of the fairness. They were very fair. In other words, they won't be fair again.
Nope.
Because they took a lot of abuse from the radical left. ABC was 3-on-1, but I was given credit for having done a very, very good job. I appreciate that. We did a great job. It was 3-on-1. The problem with another debate is that it's just too late. Voting has already started. She's had her chance to do it with Fox. You know, Fox invited us on, and I waited, and they turned it down. But now she wants to do a debate right before the election with CNN because she's losing badly. You know, it's like a fighter. She sees the pulse. She sees what's happening. She's losing badly, but it's like a fighter who goes into the ring and gets knocked out. The first thing he says is, I want a rematch. I want a rematch.
That's what she wants. But she won't do the rematch on Fox News. Because she knows that they will ask real questions. But I want to go back to this because this is who CNN really is.
We can live with it. Yup. Okay. I know they are. I'm not going to let them. Y'all shouldn't let them either. Right. Come on, let's go. Get it on here with your fake news. Fake news. Fake news. CNN's a joke. CNN's a joke. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
Say it with me, friends, in the comments below. Fake news. Right? So here we are, America. Trump's refusing another CNN debate, calling out Harris for losing badly. But what do you think? Honestly, is this a strategic move or is it a missed opportunity? The whispers of debate fraud from the first round still echo, casting a long shadow over the entire process. So as we watch this high-stakes political chess match unfold, we do have to ask, is our debate system serving our republic, or is it just political theater? What do you think? Is Trump right to skip the debate? Sound off in the comments below. All right, and now we're going to go to your comments in real time to get your reaction to this late breaking news of the day. Jay Applebaum says CNN is fake news. Lizette says, do not do it. Carl says, smart move, DJT. Jeffrey says, yes, skip it. And you know what? Oh, and Firm Audit says the Next News Network and Fox are the best at giving unbiased news. Well, thank you for that. Deanna says it's political theater. Ooh, Gray Lee. Trump should invite. Where did it go? Oh, where'd it go, man? They're moving in so fast, I can't even get to that. Oh, here it is. Trump should invite Kamala on Joe Rogan. That would be awesome. But it would never happen because, I mean, we're going to get into what happened on Oprah in a minute, but Wolf says, is she worthy of debating? No. She's not even a duly elected candidate. She was installed. Antoinette. Gary, you're fighting on the front lines, speaking the truth, but is it worth the badge of honor? But it's worth the badge of honor, yes. Keep going, Gary. Thank you, Antoinette. Thank you. Deanna says, nah. Trump does not need to do another debate. Yeah, this would seriously have been a another like they would have rigged it. They would have rigged it too. Just like ABC. And as we're seeing now, oh man, my glasses are so ugh. Yeah. Anyway, don't do it. I'm glad he's not. Okay, Firm Audits, you're welcome. Thank you. Our debate process, aka K-Dog. Our debate process isn't serving the people at all, just the candidate they're supporting, especially liberal Democrat news. John says, my IQ goes down listening to the Clinton News Network. See, what you guys get here, you guys get the actual news as it's happening in real time, as we're presenting it to you live. And of course, we do cut these out. And we put them out as special reports on the channel, so you can, if there was a segment you liked, you can go back into it and you can share that specific segment out. We do that for you guys, so you can have more information. I'm sorry, what, Brian? I don't know. Can they hear you talking or no? Well, then it's not fair to them. Has it ever happened, Brian asks, in the history of either party? I don't think so, Brian. I think this is all, I mean, they're doing everything they can to try to shut down Trump. Okay, let's get to our next topic. We got to fix this thing. This is so weird from like my perception. I see it on my screen here as normal, but I see it up here as ugh. Okay. Lisa says, so you have to pay to comment? No, you don't have to pay to comment, Lisa. If you want to, Blex says, modest watch, fatso. Really? Are you really going to troll me, bro? Let's see, what is this? A Michael Kors watch? You really want to go into the watch here? Yeah, let's see, what is it? This guy. Modest watch. Look it up. You can see how much I paid for it. America, what we're about to discuss is chilling. Not once but twice under the Secret Service's watch, Donald Trump faced assassination attempts, and each time the response was riddled with more holes than Swiss cheese. We're talking about communication breakdowns, misuse of technology, and staffing issues. It smells less like incompetence and more like conspiracy. When the agency tasked with protecting our leaders fails this spectacularly, we do have to ask, is this gross negligence, or is there something more sinister at play? Now check this out. Are you listening? In a world where even the Secret Service can't guarantee safety, you need to take matters into your own hands, and that's where Car Vision X comes in. This is not just a dash cam, it is your personal road guardian. With 4K Ultra HD night vision, 24/7 motion detection, it captures every detail, potentially saving you from legal nightmares and insurance battles. Recent reports show drivers with dash cams are 60% less likely to be found at fault in traffic accidents. Don't leave your safety to chance. Visit carvisionx.com now for free express shipping and exclusive bonuses. Drive smarter and drive safer with Car Vision X. Okay, so we got to get into the latest information regarding all of it. I'm saying all of these assassination attempts. How crazy. Now, just one day ago, a whistleblower has come forward alleging that the second assassination attempt on Trump may have been a Secret Service inside job. This letter was sent by Josh Hawley to the acting director Rowe. My office has received new whistleblower information regarding the most recent attempt on the life of former President Donald Trump, raising troubling questions about Secret Service protocols on that day. A whistleblower with direct knowledge of Secret Service protection at former President Trump's golf course in West Palm Beach, an individual who has in fact protected President Trump at that very location, alleges there are known vulnerabilities in the fence line surrounding the course places offer a clear line of sight to the former president and others playing the course. As a result, the whistleblower alleges it has been Secret Service protocol to post up agents at these vulnerable spots when Trump visits the course. So the questions are being asked. Did Secret Service personnel post up at known vulnerabilities in the perimeter fencing? Did Secret Service personnel sweep the perimeter prior to the former president's arrival on the site? Did Secret Service use K-9 units or unmanned aircraft system to monitor the perimeter of the golf course? How were they used? If counter-surveillance personnel were present at the golf course on September 15th, as you stated at a recent press conference, in what manner were they deployed, and why did they not detect the gunman sooner? That guy was there for 12 hours. What was the specific counter-surveillance mitigation plan for the known vulnerabilities outside of the fence that day? So Josh Hawley issuing this letter just a day ago. Now, 3 days ago, Senator Blumenthal, I've been tracking this. I was aware of this 3 days ago, and I've been waiting for more information to come forward before I would present this to you. Now, you've probably seen this. Senator Blumenthal, who is no friend of President Trump. I mean, this guy hates President Trump to the core. And the things I've seen him say, I will never repeat here. But what he says here is eye-opening.
I think the American people are going to be shocked, astonished, and appalled by what we will report to them about the failures by the Secret Service in this assassination attempt on the former president. But I think they also ought to be appalled and astonished by the failure of the Department of Homeland Security to be more forthcoming, to be as candid and frank as it should be to them in terms of providing information. And we are going to absolutely insist on the truth and the whole truth in documents and testimony as members of the United States Senate, but also as citizens.
What did you learn new today when you said they're going to be appalled? What specifically?
I'm not going to go into what we have learned in specifics. I'm giving you my reaction. And we will have a report very, very soon that I think will absolutely shock the American people, or it should, about the lapses and lags in the protection that was afforded that day. And the breakdown in communication, failure in responsibility.
Is that report coming today or tomorrow?
I'm sorry?
Is that report coming out tonight or tomorrow?
No.
Okay, so that was 3 days ago. And now we have this. Secret Service has admitted blunders in Trump assassination attempt. This is from Truth Patriot, who just posted this. The Secret Service, once revered as the epitome of protection, has become the punchline of a deadly jest. Not once but twice under their watch, Donald Trump faced assassination attempts, and each time their response was riddled with more holes than Swiss cheese. Here is what went wrong. Communications failures. Ronald Rowe Jr., acting director of Secret Service, admitted to communication breakdowns with local law enforcement, which directly impacted their response during the Butler rally. Imagine the world's most advanced security detail can't even coordinate a radio call. Misuse of technology. Despite having access to cutting-edge tech, they failed to utilize it effectively. From not securing rooftops to missing suspicious persons in plain sight, it's almost as if they were setting the stage for a failure. Staffing and coordination. Congress grilled them over understaffing and poor planning, but let's call a spade a spade. This wasn't just incompetence, it smells like conspiracy. Quotes to ponder. Ronald Rowe Jr. himself stated the Secret Service has the main responsibility of building the site plan, yet here we are with plans that look like they were drawn by someone who failed kindergarten. Conservative influencers have been vocal. Elon Musk, if the Secret Service can't protect, what are they good for? Time for a complete overhaul, or maybe, just maybe, they are part of the problem. Ben Shapiro, when the Secret Service repeatedly fails, it's not just a series of unfortunate events, it's a pattern that demands an explanation beyond mere incompetence. And the verdict? Intent to fail. Repeated mistakes, especially by an agency of this caliber, hint at something far more sinister than mere error. They were not just bystanders, they were potentially participants in these assassination attempts. A conspiracy unmasked. When you connect the dots, it's clear the Secret Service failures are so egregious, so perfectly timed, they become accomplices in the plot against Trump. Now, this is the post I'm reading, just for all the YouTube censors who are watching this right now. I'm not making this statement. I'm reading. I'm providing context. So sad I've got to do that. This is not just about political bias. It's about security, integrity, and the lives they've sworn to protect. The Secret Service repeated blunders are not just a failure of duty. They're a betrayal of trust, a conspiracy cloaked in incompetence. Let's hear what they had to say here.
A phone call. The Secret Service did not give clear guidance or direction to our local law enforcement partners. There were communication deficiencies between law enforcement personnel at the site. For example, the Secret Service did not co-locate its security room with local law enforcement. There was an over-reliance on mobile devices, resulting in information being siloed. For example, at approximately 1810 local time, Secret Service informed personnel that local police were addressing an issue at the 3 o'clock of the outer perimeter. At approximately 1810 local time, via phone call, the Secret Service security room calls the counter-sniper response agent reporting an individual on the roof of the AGR building. That vital piece of information was not relayed over the Secret Service radio network.
Here's more. This is Rand Paul.
What I would caution, though, is that I sense, and you're the Secret Service, and these people are your friends, and they are heroic people who do good things, that we can't let our friendships blind us from responsibility. So someone's in charge of the security at the zone. Would the Secret Service be in charge of the entire operation, and they work with law enforcement, but they're in charge? The person in charge of the entire operation is the Secret Service, not the local police.
You're correct, sir. This is a failure of the Secret Service.
So that's what I mean. And look, I don't wish anybody harm. What I would caution,
failure
though,
of the Secret
is that
Service. Right there, full admission.
This was
Here's more.
a failure of imagination.
Failure? A failure of imagination? Really? Okay, I can take a Google Maps satellite view of any location. And I'm not Secret Service. I'm not trained in law enforcement. I do have some security background, but I'm not stupid. I could look at a Google Maps security satellite view and create a security protocol if I know where all the points of access are. It's not rocket science. But yeah, here we have the Secret Service failure of imagination. What does that even mean?
Was a failure of imagination. A failure to imagine.
Maybe they need to go to Disney. Maybe they need to go to Epcot and go to the land of imagination. Okay, I'm sorry.
Was a failure of imagination. A failure to imagine that we actually do live in a very dangerous world where people do actually want to do harm to our protectees. I think it was a failure to challenge our own assumptions. The assumptions that we know our partners are going to do everything they can, and they do this every day. But we didn't challenge our own assumptions of, we assume that someone's going to cover that. We assume that there's going to be uniform presence. We didn't challenge that internally during that advance.
You know what they say when you assume something? It makes an ass out of you, and it makes an ass out of me. This guy, he's just spitting out Kamala Harris word salads right here. Unreal. And here is Kayleigh McEnany. She's the former press secretary for President Trump. And she is she's going in on them.
He would have had Senator Blumenthal said what he has learned about the happenings of Butler, Pennsylvania will leave you shocked and appalled. Those are the words of a Democratic senator. I believe that's the case. Look, we're going to hear about accountability today. That's laughable because Ronald Rowe was the deputy for Kim Cheadle, who was the head of the Secret Service during Butler, Pennsylvania. Kim Cheadle wasn't fired. Kim Cheadle got to resign and go off to wherever she's going to go, probably a great private sector job. The facts are this. Why did Donald Trump not have presidential level protection to begin with after one assassination attempt? I don't believe he did, because if he did, he would have had an emergency response team of dogs searching the bushes for people. There would have been a counter surveillance unit looking at the side streets, making sure that no one came in. And I am sick of hearing this word from Ronald Rowe. We keep hearing about a, quote, paradigm shift. During Monday's news conference, coming out of Butler, I have ordered a paradigm shift. Well, your paradigm shift allowed a guy to get 500 feet from the sitting president, or former president, I should say, with a rifle, with snacks from 1:59 a.m. to 1:31 p.m. And today he's expected to use those same words. He's directing a paradigm shift. Well, here's the question. Does Donald J. Trump have time to wait for your paradigm shift? Yeah. The answer appears to be no.
But it was a failure of an imagination. They have no imagination at the Secret Service. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, my friends. So this is just the beginning. We're going to keep tracking this. You know, I oftentimes I let the news kind of simmer, let the information come to the surface, and then try to make sense of it all, piecing it all together. But this is not the last time that we will hear from this, especially with regards to this whistleblower coming forward, stating that the attempt on Trump, the second assassination attempt on Trump, may have been a Secret Service inside job. That is a terrifying thing to consider. Absolutely terrifying. But in today's day, political climate, you never know. So there you have it, folks. The Secret Service, once the gold standard of protection, now looks more like a leaky sieve. 2 assassination attempts, multiple security breaches, and a whole lot of excuses and lack of imagination. But here's the multi-million-dollar question. Is this just a series of unfortunate events? Or are we witnessing a deliberate attempt to put a former president in harm's way? What do you think? Is it time for a complete overhaul of the Secret Service? Or is there an even deeper problem here? Let us know in the comments below. And now, your comments about my watch. Oh, goodness. This thing's not even ticking. It just looks nice. Okay, where are we? Let's see. Oh, they're scared of what's coming, says Douglas. Eric Red says USS Liberty. What? Well, here we go. USS Liberty. Yes, we all know about it. Scripted reality, the greatest showman of all time, is running the shift show. Got the popcorn? XRP. I'm waiting for XRP to pop. What's going on with that? Man, let's get it over with. Let's go. Let's go. We got money riding there. Hawaii Rider says Secret Service not to be trusted. Synthesizer Grouch says willful and planned dereliction and trying to set up plausible deniability. Eric Red says Peter Thiel. I'm not sure what that's related to, but yes, we do know who Peter Thiel is. Let's see. All this political infighting is a distraction. It is all about Planet X. They're trying to hide it from the world. You cannot stop it. It's biblical. I don't know, man. I've looked into Planet X. I don't know much about it. I've been, that's a whole nother. We have to make a whole new channel for that. Okay. Let's see. The globalists are desperate because all attempts to get rid of President Trump have failed. Blex. Who is this Blex guy? You know what? Sure, you listen. I did see a comment that the guy was blocked. That's okay. Sometimes trolls add a little flavor, a little salt to the chat room. Okay? Because, and I'm going to be straight up honest with you, when the trolls come in, they leave toxic comments, and then people react. And here's the good news. The more comments that show up on the chat, the higher our show is going to rank in the algorithm, and more people are going to get fed the live feed into their homepage. Little inside knowledge there. So, Blex, bring it, bitch. Okay, where are we at? Let's see. Trump should have his own private security, says Peggy. Carl, Cali girl, personal block. Yeah, you can do a personal block. Yeah, you can do that too if you want. Sure, that works. Anyway, you gotta love the trolls sometimes. They are fun. Man, this earpiece. Okay. We're gonna spend a little more time in this. Patricia says, "Well said, Gary." Trolls are jealous, says Donna. Pothead Kenny's cracking up over there. And Kenny, I'm gonna work on that thing. I'll work on that thing for you. I got the message. I just got to figure out like what to sign. You want like something signed? I don't really have much. I mean, I've got like got an extra coaster here. Maybe I could sign this. From our old logo. Anyway, let's get to the next topic here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's get this queued up for you. Okay. All right, Brian. Buckle up, America, because what I'm about to tell you might make your blood boil. Kamala Harris is doubling down on her plan to eliminate private health insurance. You heard that right. If you like your plan, too bad. Harris thinks she knows better than you do about what kind of health care you need. It's the nanny state on steroids, my friends, and it's coming for your choices. But here's the question. Is this really about improving health care, or is it about control? Now, have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? Now, I recently saw a video that he made. I was shocked. The guy's in his 80s. And he's still kicking butt, working out, staying active. And what's even more shocking is that he's stronger. He can work out longer and has plenty of leftover energy for his grandkids. He did this by making one change. Now, he made a special video that explains everything, and you need to watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/next or by clicking the link below this video. It will change the way you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/next. The legendary Chuck Norris is 84 years old and yet has more energy than me. You can watch his method now. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, let's see what happened here. Now, Kamala Harris, apparently she was on CNN. Donald Trump's reacting as well. But, you know, we always talk about Kamala's, her rallies, right? They always show pictures of these rallies that are just stacked with people. And this is an interesting post. The Trump War Room tweeted this, or actually quote tweeted this. Nearly 6 hours before VP is scheduled to speak in Madison, supporters are already loading onto buses to head to Alliant Energy Center. And here's the video of them loading up into the center. Have you been to a Trump rally before? I mean, have you been to one? Do you remember ever seeing buses bringing people in? Now, a lot of times what we've seen throughout all these rallies is they're bringing these Kamala supporters in across state lines from very far distances because there's a lack of concentration in that local area, so they have to go deeper to bring these people in. It seems like it's an every event occurrence. And then they show you these pictures of these stacked rallies. And don't forget the Craigslist posts. Right? Okay, enough about that. So, Kamala Harris, this is what she said. Now, this is CNN. Watch what she says, and then she goes with Anderson Cooper. But first, let's go to Jake Tapper with Turd Tapper.
Just to follow up on that, and correct me if I'm wrong, to reiterate, you support the Medicare for All bill, I think initially co-sponsored by Senator Bernie Sanders. You're also a co-sponsor on it. I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance. So for people out there who like their insurance, they don't get to keep it?
Well, listen, the idea is that everyone gets access to medical care. And you don't have to go through the process of going through an insurance company, having them give you approval, going through the paperwork, all of the delay that may require. Who of us has not had that situation where you got to wait for approval and the doctor says, well, I don't know if your insurance company is going to cover this? Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on.
Let's eliminate that. Let's move on, she says. Let's eliminate and move on. But if that's the case, why did she feel she had to clarify that point? Listen to this.
Yes.
In your plan, eventually everyone would be taken off the private plan that their company currently has. Yes, but
it's important that I explain.
Yes, she said yes, but I need to explain it.
Because I think there was really a misinterpretation of that on the debate stage tonight. Employers right now offer their employees a private plan. I am separating the employer from your health care. So you have the option of signing up for a private plan under Medicare. But it's not going to be through your employer.
It's not going to be through your employer. Okay, so we're going to try to separate it. What does Donald Trump have to say about this?
Free taxpayer-funded health care to every single illegal alien in the country. They want to give. And then you wonder, why do they come up? You know why they come up? Because guys like Newscomb and others are saying, come to our country, we'll give you health care. You know what they're doing to your school system is incredible. People are taking the seats of your children. Your children can't go to school, and you have people taking their seats that don't speak a word of English, come from a foreign country, and your kids aren't getting educated. Your kids are not getting educated. They're considered like secondary citizens. And this is Kamala and Joe to a lesser extent. Look, Joe's lost. Forget him. By contrast, I'm going to keep the Affordable Care Act unless we can do something much better. We'll keep it, but we can do much better. It's too expensive for the people. They can't afford it. It's lousy health care. If we can do something better, we're working on it. If we can do something better, but we will never let anybody touch it unless we have something better. We're going to deliver lower prices, lower drug costs, and new options that will dramatically reduce the crushing burden on all American patients. And Kamala and Crooked Joe, they try and take credit for $35 insulin, but I was the one that did the $35 insulin, not them.
And the crowd goes wild. Oh, so Kamala, she's going to strip your health care. And she's going to put it in government hands. Are you comfortable with that? You want the government controlling your health care? Here is I pulled this clip because this is classic Kamala cackling.
He who has vowed to be a dictator on day one.
Lie.
He who has called for...
Okay, he did say that. He did say that, but they take it out of context. Pardon me.
The termination of the Constitution of the United States of America.
Can someone in the comments do a fact check on this? I mean, I've heard this said time and time again from them. He wants to terminate the Constitution. I don't recall him ever saying that. So in the comments below, I need you guys, help me find this. Fact check this, would you?
And let us be very clear. Someone who suggests we should terminate the Constitution of the United States
Wait for it.
should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. Never again. Never again.
Okay, so she wasn't cackling, but she was just like going crazy. Here's President Trump just 9 hours ago talking about how the country is under siege.
Service, but do you worry about your family? I know you and your safety and the special Secret Service, but do you worry about your family too?
I do. I don't talk about it, but I do. I have to worry about family. I have to worry about everybody. I worry about you. I worry about everybody because, look, we're under siege, and no country has ever suffered like we have for the last 3.5, almost 4 years. When they allow millions of people to come into our country.
He looks good. He looks good there, doesn't he? He looks good. He looks healthy.
From prisons, right? From prisons and terrorists and people from mental institutions, when they live in hotels better than our incredible veterans who are lying on the street opposite the main entrance to a hotel. And in that hotel, you have illegal aliens that have come in. And by the way, destroying the hotel, fighting at levels that the police don't even want to go into the hotels. When you have that happening in this city and this country, I want to protect everybody.
And he will. He will. Meanwhile, Kamala bussing in people to her rallies and promising to give you government-run health care. Donald Trump vowing that ain't going to happen. So, there you have it, folks. Kamala Harris wants to strip away your health care choices in the name of progress. But is this progress, or is it a power grab disguised as compassion? We're talking about a fundamental shift in how Americans access health care. It's not just about policy, it's about freedom of choice. Isn't that one of the Democrats' mantra? So, here's what I want to know from you. Do you trust the government to make your health care decisions? I mean, remember what happened a couple of years ago, right? Or should Americans have the right to choose their own coverage? Sound off in the comments below. And now, sound off in the chat room. Let's get your real-time reaction to this story. Okay, where are we at? Ronnie says no. Ronnie from Tennessee. And he's got the blue box from Doctor Who. Let's see. We're going back to the original Constitution, not the one that changed to make us a corporation. Watch Woman of the Dragon says no. Antoinette says no. Everything our government touches turns to poop. Joe Dirt says he can't even afford a jug of milk. And Sinaria, he never said that ever. Yeah. Where did this narrative come from about terminating the Constitution? I don't know of it. I can't even point to it. I mean, they make up things all the time. Marcus says, hell no. American woman says Kamala was at a P. Diddy party with Montel and San Francisco's Mary Mayor Willie Brown. What? Come on, really? I mean, a lot of people did hang out with P. Diddy, so it wouldn't surprise me if Kamala made a round out there. Kamala has more issues than Playboy. Lewis says we choose not the government. Running Bear, what's up, Running Bear? They don't need to have control of anything that we do. Okay, let's see. Jeff says Trump Constitution search. CNN is the reporter. Of course they are. Okay, CNN said it just like Hillary Clinton and Russia. Yeah, you can't trust CNN. You just can't. Okay, let's get to our next topic of the evening. Let's see. One second, my wife is messaging me. Okay. This really blew my mind when I saw this. Let's see. Is this? I must have these topics mixed up. Hang on. Let me just check here real quick. Okay. Okay, yes. I do have the topics confused for some reason. Okay. Tonight, we are pulling back the curtain on a dark chapter in Kamala Harris's past that she hoped you would never see. Remember when Harris promised to fight for Black Lives Matter? Well, it seems that some Black Lives matter more than others to our illustrious vice president. We've uncovered a shocking story of a black mother arrested and perp walked on Harris's orders when Harris was the California Attorney General. Why? Because her sick child, missed some school days. It's not just hypocrisy. It's a travesty of justice. Now, folks, if you're dealing with pain, listen up. We've all seen the horrors of the opioid crisis, but now there's hope. World-renowned health expert Clint Winters has unveiled Canalidine, a 100% drug-free pain reliever that's taking the world by storm. It optimizes your body's natural painkillers at any age. I was skeptical, but it works. My aches and pains have just faded away, and best of all, no side effects, even after 14 years of testing. Now, click the link below to check out Clint's report on American-made Canalidine. For less than $1 a day, you can access this revolutionary product. Go to trycano.com/NNN now and see for yourself. You're days away from beating pain forever. The link's down below. Okay, so this was brought to my attention by Roger Stone, who posted a video, and we're going to play it for you now. It's about 3 minutes long. Kamala Harris arrested and perp walked this black mother who did nothing wrong and then lied about it. Now, apparently, this is actually a full documentary at the website arrestedbykamala.com. So let's watch this together.
Public school. I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight.
If Black Lives matter to her, why didn't I matter?
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding.
I want money.
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
And I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I have sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is a hereditary disease and it is very, very painful.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house and they started banging on the door. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my shame.
We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago. And right now I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
Wow. Arrestedbykamala.com. Make sure you head over there and see that. Now, some of the commentary that follows, the story cannot be ignored. Heartbreaking what Kamala does. You think this is bad? Don't wait to find out when it's too late to stop. Now, I want you to hear about this, okay? She has a history of prosecutorial corruption. Listen to this. Listen to these words that she says.
When I started that work, I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense.
Imagine what she would do with a swipe of the pen in the Oval Office with absolute executive authority. Now, she's referring to when she was the state's attorney general.
And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours. They could lose time from work and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. God. All because of the swipe of my pen. weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed. So I learned at a very young age the power when I started that work.
The power that she has. Oh, remember, her values haven't changed, my friends. Her values have not changed. Here is Winter Rewind, bringing up this point. Listen to this. Kamala has repeatedly proclaimed that she's a champion of fighting prosecutorial misconduct, but her history has proven opposite.
That history.
America has a deep and dark history of people using the power of the prosecutor as an instrument of injustice. I knew this history well, of innocent men framed, of prosecutors hiding information that would exonerate defendants.
Yes. And during her time as California's top cop, Harris contributed to that history repeatedly by going to bat on behalf of dirty prosecutors. Her office appealed the dismissal of a case in which a prosecutor had fabricated a confession to secure a conviction and fought an appeal in a case where a prosecutor had lied to the jury during trial. In 2015, Harris tried to stop the removal of the Orange County District Attorney's Office from a murder trial after it repeatedly failed to turn over evidence to the defense. Her office even tried to keep a man in jail who had been wrongfully incarcerated for 13 years after a judge ruled that he had proven himself innocent just because the man hadn't delivered that proof quite fast enough. And as San Francisco DA, Harris hid known misconduct by a crime lab technician who admitted to deliberately tainting evidence. Did prosecutors working under you know about the concerns about that lab?
The prosecutors
which is what the judge alleged.
Did not know about it, at least said they did not know about it.
The debacle has since led to the dismissal of hundreds of criminal cases.
Imagine what she would do in the Oval Office. Huffington Post actually covered the story of this woman, of Kamala Harris's war on truancy. We can dig into this. Huffington Post, the progressive prosecutor wanted to transform how California responded to students missing school. Parents like Sherry Peoples wound up paying the price. That is the woman who you saw the interview. On the morning of April 18th, 2013, the Los Angeles suburb of Buena Park, a throng of photographers positioned themselves on a street curb and watched as two police officers entered a squat townhouse. Minutes later, cameras began clicking. The officers had reemerged with a weary-looking woman in pajamas and handcuffs, and the photographers were jostling to capture every step. She says, "You would swear I had killed somebody." That's what Sherry Peoples said in a recent interview. In fact, Peoples had been arrested for her daughter's spotty school attendance record under a truancy law that then California Attorney General Kamala Harris had personally championed in the state legislature. The law, enacted January 2011, made it a criminal misdemeanor for parents to allow kids in kindergarten through 8th grade to miss more than 10% of school days without a valid excuse. Well, she had a valid excuse. Her daughter had sickle cell. This law was the capstone of Harris's years-long campaign to get tough on truancy. Huffington Post actually covering this. Now, let me remind you the words of General Michael Flynn just 24 hours ago. We have 47 days left to save this republic.
In reality.
America, there are opposing forces fighting against our ideals of freedom, and you need to understand the sobering reality that evil exists. This fight is not Democrats versus Republicans. It's about good versus evil. And the time has come for every single American patriot to now rise to the occasion at this moment and get involved. In the DNA of every American is something called freedom. And the enemy that we face cannot extinguish that flame of freedom that burns inside every single one of us. In fact, the greater the heat, the stronger that flame burns. So we must continue to fight, not because we hate our enemy, but because we love our country. That's why we fight. And the most important right is our right to vote. So to make America great again, we need to make America vote again. I'm General Mike Flynn, and during this historically consequential presidential election, we must exercise our right to vote. President Lincoln said, "Elections belong to the people, The most important right we need to exercise right now is our right to vote. It is the power that we hold over a corrupt government. And this time around, for these elections, every American will be far more alert to those attempting to undermine our elections. So get involved, pay attention, let's protect our vote. As John F. Kennedy once said, the ignorance of one voter in a democracy impairs the security of all. So let's make America great again by making America vote again. This is local action at its finest. Get out and exercise your right to vote.
Friends, we need to go out and vote because we do not want this woman to have the power.
When I started that work,
pen.
I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours. They could lose time from work and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. All because of the swipe of my pen. Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges. But
weeks later, I could dismiss the charges after the damage has been done. We cannot let this woman get into the Oval Office, and that is why we need to get out and vote. Arrested by Kamala, see the full interview with Sherry and learn what the true cost is. So there you have it, America. While Kamala Harris talks about justice and equality, her past actions tell a very different story. A mother struggling with a sick child arrested and prosecuted under Harris's watch. Is this the kind of justice we can expect from a Harris administration? A system where being poor and black is treated like a crime? So here's what I want to know from you. Does this revelation change your view of Kamala Harris? And more importantly, can we trust her to lead our nation? Let us know in the comments below. And now your immediate reaction to the story. What's up, chat? What do you guys think about this? Early voting in Virginia starts October 16th, says Glenn. When did the word salad start? The pen swipe was pretty clear. Well, that's because back then, I think it was pretty clear what her job was, and now she's just trying to appeal to everybody with big words and empty promises. Gary, upload this issue for sharing. Yes, Gary, I will. We will publish that specific segment later, so keep your eye on the channel for its release. Vicky says she sounds like a threat to all Americans. Joe Dirt says that is outrageous. Carol, just listen to this communist. I'm voting red across the board. People I have vetted. Trump 2024. The psychotic ape says a woman is the epitome of injustice. The woman is an epitome of injustice. Lori says, OMG, she better not win. Mike makes it clear that it's not the swipe of your pen, it's because of your evilness and hatred you have for this country. Patricia brings up an important point. Do your research. Don't vote for any rhinos, only strong patriots for office, and they work for you only. Yes, we got to get rid of the rhinos too. Okay, let's get to our next topic. Folks, Kamala Harris just had a train wreck moment on Oprah that will make you cringe. When faced with a very simple question from a couple, she stumbled harder than a toddler learning to walk. But that's not all. While she's racking up embarrassing moments from the IRS union, talk about a red flag, she's endorsements from the IRS union, talk about a red flag, she's hemorrhaging support where it counts. The Teamsters are breaking for Trump, and mainstream Democrats are eerily quiet. It's like watching a political career implode in real time, America. Now, while politicians fumble on national TV, you have the power to keep yourself looking sharp and camera ready. After age 20, your body produces 12% less collagen each decade. That's why I take this magic secret powder to revitalize my skin. It combines the top 5 critical types of collagen for skin health. It's formulated to reduce visible signs of aging, promote elasticity, and hydrate your skin. Get it today at only 51% off at healthwithgary.com. Plus, you will get free VIP live health and fitness coaching for life, a free ebook, a 60-day guarantee, and free shipping. Click the link below to take action. Now, let's go to that moment that I had posted on X. If you're not following us on X, you need to do that. You need to do that because there are things we post to X that we wouldn't ever post here. So, okay, watch this. And I commented, and just like that, Kamala lost those 2 votes. Ready for this? Watch this. This is. I mean, Sebastian Gorka actually had posted this. Just watch.
Lower. We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family.
What?
In terms of
the right to rightly have.
Both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been.
Okay, so the question is, we'd love to know what your plan is to lower the cost of living. Well, apparently her plan is that you have the right to rightly know how to love America or something like that. More word salad from Kamala Harris. That was just one clip from the Oprah interview. I'm going to spare you the other clips. But as we now know, Tim Murtaugh posting and reposting the Kamala Wins account on X. And they're actually, Kamala Harris is celebrating this. You see what's on the screen right there? She's celebrating this. The IRS union just announced that they're endorsing Kamala Harris. Let's go. The IRS union? The IRS, one of the most hated and feared institutions in the U.S. government across the country. And she's celebrating that? Maybe it's because of all the money that they just recently received for 87,000 IRS agents to go after you. Now, in the same vein of that Oprah question, let's listen to what she says about issues that matter, like bringing down the cost of living.
I talked about issues that matter to families across America, like bringing down the cost of living.
You talk about it, but what are you going to do about it? Now, as she's receiving the endorsement of the IRS, and she's clearly, I mean, could you imagine being on that Oprah show and listening to that response? I swear, those 2 people are going to be like, nah, we're not voting for Kamala. Good news is that Trump ties Harris in Virginia. That's if you believe Research America's poll, 45-45. Oh, and there's this. This was a priceless moment just 5 hours ago. Listen what Tim Walz says.
We can't afford 4 more years of this. We can't afford.
We can't afford 4 more years of this. And so vote for Kamala and Harris. Vote for Kamala and Walz. right? Harris and Walz. We can't afford 4 more years of the Biden administration, an extension through Kamala. I thought that was the greatest quote I'd ever heard from a politician. And as you know, the Teamsters are voting for Trump. Yes, they have backed away from endorsing any candidate. So she gets the endorsement of the IRS union, but she loses the Teamsters endorsement along with so many other unions.
Part of it is, they did endorse.
It came out, we knew that there was going to be some announcement from the Teamsters about their endorsement plan, and they came out and said that they are declining to endorse either candidate in this election. But let's put up, if we have them, the polling from the Teamsters union.
Wow.
This is their phone polling among their members, 58% Trump, 31% for Harris. And then they also had an online poll where Harris was 34 and Trump was 59.6. We know that they have historically, in modern history, or at least the last few decades, have always endorsed the Democrats. So is not endorsing sort of an endorsement?
Sort of it is. They did endorse Ronald Reagan during one of the times that he ran for president. But the bottom line is Sean O'Brien, who's the head of the Teamsters, said that he was going to be guided by that poll. Well, clearly he went back on that, because if he was guided by the poll, he would have to endorse Donald Trump.
But the IRS, in fact, did. And here's a funny picture from Amuse on X. Election. Are you more or less likely to vote for Kamala Harris knowing the IRS is endorsing her? The IRS agents union's endorsement comes after key endorsements from Russia, Iran, and Taylor Swift. Think about that. Okay, should we dive deeper into the actual post by Kamala Wins? Should we see what people are saying? Oh my goodness. I'm sure they're getting roasted. Okay. Sean Farash, he's the guy that does the amazing Donald Trump impersonation. He's responding, you're bragging about the people who steal money from Americans endorsing your candidate? $7.5 billion in taxpayer money to build EV charging stations, 8 stations built. Jeff Carlson, Kamala was just endorsed by the IRS and Dick Cheney, and Democrats are pretending this is a win. Getting endorsed by Cheney and the IRS is all you need to know about the Kamala regime. Elena Mastrangelo, LMAO, this is not something you should publicly announce. Which leads me to the question, is this a satire account? Or is this for real? Someone trying to aggregate Kamala Wins? Not trying to be facetious, genuinely curious, because you also gloated about Dick Cheney's support. Proud elephant. Another reason to vote for President Trump. Blair White, I was already voting Trump. No need to keep selling him to me. Liberalcrat, this is one endorsement. This is one endorsement you A, don't want, and B, if you get, tell people you got it. But of course, you're happy the IRS, who robs hardworking Americans, just endorsed your puppet comrade Harris. Now take this L. High Impact Flicks. Well, that's not tone deaf, is it? Elon Musk even responding, the real one, with a celebration emoji. Jack Lombardi actually responding with the video we just played. So she's just getting the Kamala Wins is getting roasted. Now, before we go, I do want to share some beautiful things with you. And Sarah Rose said, this is the cutest thing you'll see all day. However, I've got something even cuter than what I'm going to show you after this. President Trump brings his grandkids, and they have a message. So I'm going to play this first one, and now you tell me.
Going to do that. Can I ask Carolina to come up? Is that possible? Carolina. She sat on my lap during the Republican convention. ahead, you shout it.
Make American great again.
Oh. That was great, honey. Wow. Thank you, sir. What a good job. I can see the new senator when Ted someday, he's going to say, sir, I've had it. I can't do it any longer. He's going to resign or leave, and we're going to have Carolina get in there and run. Anyway, would anybody like to meet Luke, her brother? Luke, come on up. Come on up.
Vote for Grandpa.
Oh. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, honey. Great job. So cute. Oh, he doesn't want to get off the stage. Oh, wow. Look at that. He's got the gene. Thank you. Thank you, Luke. You know, I said, say MAGA. I whispered into his ear, so cute. I said, say MAGA. He said, vote for Grandpa. He didn't care what I said. And that was actually much better, right? That was much.
Vote for Grandpa. Okay, so that clip actually had both moments in it, but I did isolate this one specifically because I thought it was just so adorable.
Oh my God, we can't wait.
Make America great again. Go ahead, you shout it.
Make American great again.
Oh. That was great, honey. Wow. Thank you. What a good job.
Man, it brings a tear to my eye. It's literally, man, it's so adorable. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. You need those moments, man. You really do. You really do. In this world of crazy. So there you have it. Kamala Harris stumbling on Oprah, backed by the IRS, but abandoned by labor unions. This is the same Harris dodging real debates, pushing to eliminate your healthcare choices. Let's not forget her history of prosecuting struggling mothers, all while the Secret Service fumbles and polls swing wildly. So here's the multi-million-dollar question. With her embarrassing TV appearances and dwindling meaningful endorsements, is Harris actually electable? Or is this the Democrat Party in free fall? Let us know what you think in the comments below. All right, let's get your real-time comments in chat. What's up? Kelly Girl, SNS, out of the mouths of babes. Carl says, DJT, all the way. Ronnie Jones, Carolina. So sweet. Jane Wilson says, Carolina is so adorable. And Brother Luke, Kamala couldn't top that. She no doubt. Chose abortion. She embodies what we are all fighting for. Yeah. That is so adorable. Yeah, compare that to Kamala's stepkids. Really. Okay, let's check in on the feed real quick here and see what the latest is happening from the X feed. Okay. Oh, we just played that clip for you. Wall's saying we can't afford four more years of this. The post-millennial 12 seconds ago. It's expensive when you have children.
And for some, many of you know, it's expensive when you have children. It's expensive. Don't we know it? And for some of you who have little children, it doesn't get much less expensive as they get older. But here's the deal. Kamala Harris is going to make it less expensive. Many of you know.
When? How? How, though? Like, someone tell me. Oh, this is good. This is a day ago. Tim Young, CNN, asked Kamala campaign rep what gun Kamala owns. She doesn't know because it's a complete lie.
I'm just curious. She said at one point, well, if somebody tries to break into my home, they're going to get shot. She made that comment, and then she said, well, my staff will go ahead and clean that up. You are on Kamala Harris's staff. Can you give us some more information? I'm just curious from a biographical background, what do we know about this firearm that she owns, and when did she get it?
Yeah, well, look, she has made it very clear that she staunchly supports the Second Amendment. She supports strong, responsible gun ownership, and she does own a firearm. So I don't know. I can't really comment more than that.
Yeah, she can't comment more than that because it's just made up. Okay, this is the same clip we just played for you guys. Elon Musk showing off some of his rocket ships 3 minutes ago. Kanoka the Great discusses VP Kamala Harris's $42 billion broadband plan, which failed to connect a single person. They could have just gone with Starlink, but no. Let's see. Harmeet Dillon lost her father. That's sad. Liv Gulf posting some stuff. Robbie Starbuck, imagine bragging about being endorsed by IRS, Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, and the HRC. It's like bragging about Satan's endorsement. Iowa Attorney General to prosecute non-citizen charged with voter fraud. That's from the Border Observer just 2 minutes ago. If you can't question it, it's not science, it's propaganda. Zelensky says that Ukraine's victory plan includes deep strikes into Russia. Yeah, that's not going to be a victory for anybody. HBCU, historically black colleges, university football, gets great football grades back Harris Walls on National Black Voter Day. U.S. government accidentally sent $239 million in development assistance to the Taliban. That's an old message. Texas National Guard installing razor wire. Keep it up. San Francisco police are fighting crime by dressing up in inflatable chicken costumes to catch drivers speeding. Wow. FlynnMovie.com. Check it out. Let's see here. Okay. OceanGate whistleblower reveals around 45-minute mark something about OceanGate. They knew. They all knew. They got the warning, but they ignored it. Those poor people passed away. Oh, this is great. We didn't do a full story on it, but Steven Crowder is getting a lot of attention. And I want you to go to my X feed to watch this full reveal. It is going viral now. Local New York City news is covering this about the former New York official, what he was doing during COVID. Yeah, you can see what it says on the screen there. So watch the full message, undercover video caught by Steven Crowder. It is on my X feed right now. Unreal what they caught. Okay. So I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I want to, I got a lot of things I got to get done after this show. So let's get to it. Folks, we've just taken a wild ride through the political circus that is America in 2024, and I don't know about you, but I need a stiff drink. It is the weekend, after all. Now let's recap on what we've uncovered tonight. We started with the debate debacle, Trump saying no thanks to CNN while Harris fumbles her way through softball interviews on Oprah. It's like watching a heavyweight champ refuse to fight a wobbly amateur. Then we dove into the Secret Service's shocking failures to assassination attempts on the former president. Either they're grossly incompetent or something far more sinister is at play. Either way, it is terrifying. Then we expose Harris's health care plan for what it is, a power grab that will strip you of your choices faster than you can say socialize medicine. Remember, folks, when the government says they're here to help, hold on to your wallet and your freedom. But perhaps most disturbing was our deep dive into Kamala's past. Her war on truancy that saw struggling mothers arrested and families torn apart. It's a reminder that the road to hell is paved with progressive policies. And let's not forget Harris's Oprah appearance, a disaster so complete it makes a Hindenburg look like a minor inconvenience, and coupled with her embarrassing endorsements from the likes of the IRS union, while real labor backs Trump, it paints a picture of a campaign in freefall. Now here's the thing, America. We're the only ones bringing you this raw and filtered truth. The mainstream media, they are too busy playing lapdog to the establishment. That's why we need your support. Your donations keep us on the air, digging deeper, pushing harder. And without you, they win. It's that simple. So if you value real journalism, if you believe in the power of truth, then support us. And don't stop there. Tell a friend about this show. Share it on social media. Be a warrior in the battle for truth. Because make no mistake, this is not just about politics. It's about the future of our nation, our freedoms, and our very way of life. Stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay free. Until next time, America, God bless.